Welcome to Night Vale. I am obsessed lately with Welcome to Night Vale. If you are not aware of what Welcome to Night Vale is, there is a link in the description of the video. Night Vale is basically a podcast about the community radio station in a small town called Night Vale. And the events that happen in the town are less things like a new library opening or a bake sale or some sort of public event, and more eldritch horrors, mysterious glow cloud, it's very difficult to explain, so I'm not even going to try because it will take me like 10 minutes just to explain. If you don't know what it is, look in the description. If you do know what it is, good, because in my obsession with it, I have started infesting my Sims 4 game with characters and locations from the podcast. And this here is not a location from the podcast. This is just my Sims house for Seasons. It is my Sims 4 Seasons playing with Seasons mechanics house, like these glass roofs and greenhouses and gardening and this scarecrow. But who lives in the house are Cecil and Carlos. Cecil is taking a shower, so this is a bad time to talk to him. But Carlos is cleaning up the house. I'm actually very happy with how they both came out. Carlos is... Oh, there's Cecil. I don't know why he's wearing his leggings in the shower. I guess that's just something he chose to do. Carlos is perfect. I gave him strong features, long hair, and soft, welcoming eyes. That's just kind of how I felt like he would look, but with how perfect he is. He's not quite wearing a lab coat. My personal explanation for any discrepancies are I'm not that far into the series, so I don't really know what some things are supposed to look like or be like, and B, it's, artistic interpretation, whatever. I can make up whatever I want. So Carlos has this fancy coat that Cecil bought him. He said it is a more beautiful kind of lab coat for a more beautiful kind of scientist, and he wears succulent in his hair that Cecil grew in his garden. And if Cecil ever gets out of the shower, we can look at him. I looked up what Cecil looks like because I was curious, and apparently there's no official description of him, except that he is a fashion disaster, and so far I know he's been described as wearing his best fuzzy pants and tunic. But a lot of fan art of him has him in like a vest with lots of purple overtones and a third eye, which I quite like the third eye, so I went with the third eye. And I'm really happy with how he came out. It actually made listening to the show better for me, just because I had something to imagine when he was talking, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted him to look based on his voice. But I tried to make him look a little bit older. He's got kind of some eye sag and some forehead wrinkles going on, but he's not, he's like probably, I don't know how old he's supposed to be, but I would imagine early 30s maybe. Stark white hair, but not white beard or eyebrows. They're not from age, it's just that's the color of his hair. He's constantly got his microphone on, and he is a certified fashion disaster. He wears bowling shoes that he stole from the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex. I can't believe I said that right on the first try. And they both live together with Khoshekh, the cat who floats about 4 feet off the ground in the radio station bathroom. I can't control Khoshekh, so I can't wake him up. I can have Cecil go play with him. Oh, look at that. Wake up Khoshekh. I do not want to Simstagram him because that will kill people. You cannot take pictures of Khoshekh without dying. Cecil is a scientist. Or no, Cecil's not a scientist. Carlos is a scientist, but his last name is the scientist for some reason. Cecil works in social networking. Carlos is literally a scientist. He has a scientist career. And Khoshekh is awake, so we can go look at him. Khoshekh apparently is supposed to have disgusting scales all over his body. But I went with something a little more pretty. He's kind of scary looking, but he's still pretty. And let's go... Jeez, I can't control the camera. Let's go out on a date. to look at something I built from the town. Now I don't have Cecil and Carlos living in the desert just because, you know, there's a limited number of lots in the game, and I wanted to play somewhere that would look nice in seasons. But out here in the desert, we've got... Aw, I didn't rename it. We've got the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex. Desert Flower Bowling Alley. Oh, it doesn't fit. Well, we got the Desert Flower Bowling All. The Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex comes up quite a lot, at least in the earlier episodes. And it's not really described very well, but I built it based on a local bowling alley, sort of, mixed with a local roller rink that has been, I think it's closed. It's been closed for a while. Roller rinks always closed. Nobody goes to roller rinks. And they've got their very nice summer clothes on because it's hot out. Zoom out here and do a little overview. I do have a reshade preset running, which I can link that in the description too if I remember. But this is the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex. Out front here, there's a huge bromeliad plant. That is the desert flower for which it is named, and you can actually see it on the sign here. I'm really proud of how the outside of this building looks, considering how awful of a shape it is. And it has no windows, so you kind of have to do something with the outside or it's just going to look ridiculous. I think it came out pretty good. And on the inside, there is a bowling alley with 6 lanes, a stairwell behind the 5th lane, a roller rink, the arcade part of the Arcade Fun Complex, the party zone for parties, a mural that you should not look at, small kitchen for some food, and the lobby where you get your shoes. That's really all there is to see here. I'm not going to like play it and show off like how it works because, you know, it's a bowling alley. You know how it works. But I think it came out pretty nice. I really like this disgusting, confusing party area that just it's hard to look at. Bowling alleys always have little areas that are hard to look at. There's no description of what this place looks like I said, so I just kind of did whatever. But I think it looks nice. It's pretty. And it's kind of a core, oops, wrong thing. It's kind of a core part of the town based on what I've heard so far. Elsewhere in the world, so far, the only other thing I've built or added is old woman Josie's house out by the old car lot. And she lives out in the desert. She lives right here with one of the angels. I didn't make any others. And she lives right next to the old car lot. So let's go look at her house. I just finished this and I actually did a speed build of it. But my recording software recorded my entire desktop and it caught every single time I alt-tab to do something. So I'm not editing that. That's not going to happen. But this here, if I'm lucky, my camera presets still saved. They did. This is Old Woman Josie's house, which has not had any description so far of what I've heard, except one of the angels changed the porch light for her and she offered it up for sale. And this is the old car lot. It's just an old car lot. There's nothing else there. I didn't build anything inside, so there's not really anything to look at. But she lives out by it just like she's supposed to. What more do you need? I just wanted to build kind of like a little old lady house. I didn't really have anything planned for it besides just that general theme of little old lady house. It does have this giant overgrown palm tree, which makes no sense, but whatever. It's just creative. This has actually given me a lot of excuses to just do whatever the hell I feel like, because I don't have to justify any of it. That hole should probably not be there. That's not going to be good in winter. I can just do whatever I want. If something gets described, I can change it if I want, or I can just leave it. It doesn't matter. It's fun. But I think this house came out really nice for a little old lady house. It's got a nice little tiny foyer. Her bedroom is right up front here in this room that's probably not supposed to be a bedroom. It's probably supposed to be like for a porch, but I liked having it with these big windows. She's got these cute little curtains that look like the outside. She's got a bunch of cat planters. Some old family photos. Fish tank, some more cat stuff, a bowling pin. The fish tank is actually really pretty. I didn't really look at it when I put it down. There is Erika, one of the angels. I believe he just made some fruit salad. Let's all eat some fruit salad. The kitchen's pretty simple. It's just a little old lady kitchen, little pink refrigerator. And then in the back here, she's got her little art room. I don't know if she likes to do art, but I gave her an art room. Forgot to put a chair in front of her vanity, but she's got a vanity. There's not much to it, but it's a little old lady house, just like I wanted it to be. I think it looks pretty good. It looks like a Sims 2 house, honestly, except with tons more clutter. Just because of the color scheme of like the walls and the floors. But she lives out here with Erika. They're good friends. They're having a good time. She doesn't look quite like I wanted her to. It's actually really hard to make old people in The Sims 4 that don't look like they're kind of stylish or young. She doesn't look as old as I wanted her to. She's about as fat as I thought she'd be. But like I said, creative freedom, doing whatever you want. So far, that's all I've got. So I don't have anything else to show, but I will keep building more. And my end goal is to just keep expanding, because I like towns with themes. And this is the first time I've made a themed town in The Sims 4, so it's really fun. Like I said, there's a link in the description to Welcome to Night Vale and what it is. If you watch this video and you're not familiar with it, this video probably didn't make you very interested in it, but give it a try. It's really nice, and I appreciate your views. Thanks for watching. That was a really bad ending. I really suck at this, don't I?